There is a specific moment, a second frozen in time, that can be one of the most painful experiences of your life. It's that moment when you look at your child, the child you brought into this world, nurtured, protected, and loved more than yourself, and instead of receiving a look of affection or recognition in return, you meet a cold stare, a look of contempt, a look that doesn't belong on a child's face. And what's most terrifying in that moment isn't just the rejection, it's the recognition. You know that look. You've seen that cynical smirk, that posture of superiority, that impatience. With your very existence, it's his look. It's the narcissist's look, stamped onto your child's face. You ask yourself, how did we get to this? I'm the mother who is here every day. I provide, I educate, I sacrifice. He shows up when he feels like it, plays for a bit and leaves. Why does my child treat me like the enemy and him like an idol? This confusion is devastating. It makes you question your own sanity and your maternal capability. But I need you to listen very closely. What is happening is not natural. It's not a phase. It's not because you are a bad or annoying mother. What you are witnessing is the result of a sophisticated, invisible, and cruel psychological campaign. The narcissist does not see your children as independent individuals. He sees them as extensions of himself and, above all, as tools. Tools to hurt you, to control you, and to validate his fragile ego. The ultimate goal isn't just to have the child's love. It's to ensure that you don't have it. In this video, we are going to go down into the basement of this dynamic. We aren't going to talk about the obvious things, those overt insults he might not even say in front of others. We are going to decode the 3 secret tactics, the silent psychological maneuvers he uses to hijack your children's minds and hearts, turning them against you without them even realizing they are being manipulated. Take a deep breath, because today, we are going to bring light to this darkness and begin to understand how to disarm this emotional time bomb. My name is Lauren Mitchell. My purpose with this channel is to show you that the problem was never you, and more importantly, that you are not alone. To understand how the narcissist operates this social engineering within the family itself, we first need to validate what you are feeling right now. The experience of having an alienated child isn't a single cut. It's a slow and constant erosion. It starts with small resistances. Before, your child would run into your arms when they got hurt. Now, they hesitate. When you enforce a simple rule, bedtime, bath time, doing homework, the reaction is no longer a typical childhood tantrum. It's a revolt loaded with judgment. You hear phrases that don't match their vocabulary or maturity level. Things like, "You just want to control everything. You never let me be happy." Or worse, "Daddy said you're crazy." On this stage set by the narcissist, the roles are assigned in a very unfair and perverse way. You are forcibly given the role of the controlling villain, because you are the responsible one. You are the one who ensures the routine, health, and education. And responsibility, in the eyes of a manipulated child, can easily be repackaged as being boring or oppressive. On the other side, the narcissist assumes the role of the fun dad, the Disneyland dad, or the martyr dad. He is the one who arrives without the daily obligations. For him, rules are optional. If you say no to candy before dinner, he says yes, and gives the child a wink as if to say, "See, I'm the cool one. She's the mean one." What makes this excruciating for you is the loneliness. People looking in from the outside often don't understand. They say, "Oh, it's normal. Kids like whoever pampers them," or, "He's a good dad. He's always playing." They don't see the malice behind the play. They don't see that every yes from him is calculated to make your no look like an act of war. You feel like you're walking on eggshells inside your own home. You're afraid to correct your child because it might be used against you. You're afraid to show love and be rejected. And worst of all, you start to see the narcissist triumphing through the child's behavior. Every time your child disrespects you, it's as if the narcissist is in the room, silently applauding. This creates a deep wound in the maternal soul, a sense of biological betrayal. But understand this, your child is a victim. They are in a psychological war zone where reality is being distorted. They haven't stopped loving you. They are being trained to suppress that love in exchange for emotional safety with the abusive parent. Let's understand now how this training is done, piece by piece. The first secret tactic is what I call memory microsurgery. The narcissist doesn't need to invent grand lies all the time. He works by reinterpreting facts. He takes the reality the child lived and alters its emotional meaning. It's a form of gaslighting applied to your child's developing mind. Think of the child's memory as a book being written. The narcissist takes the pen and starts editing the pages, changing the context of every story where you appear. Let's look at a practical and painful example. Let's say you work hard to support the household, since often the narcissist doesn't contribute financially as he should, or uses money as a form of control. You come home tired, but you make sure they have everything they need. The narcissist won't say, "Your mother works hard because she loves you and wants to secure your future." He will say, with a sigh of fake sadness, "It's a shame your mom never has time for you. I wanted to be with you all day so much. But we know she prefers her career, right? She always puts money first." Notice the poisonous subtlety. He took a fact, "you work," and surgically removed the context of care and responsibility, inserting instead a context of abandonment and selfishness. The child, who doesn't yet have the cognitive maturity to understand the financial complexities of adult life, absorbs only the emotion. "Mommy doesn't like being with me." Another facet of this microsurgery is the pathologizing of your emotions. If you cry because you are exhausted or sad from the abuse, he doesn't offer comfort. He turns to the child and says, "See how unstable mommy is? We never know when she's going to explode. We have to be careful around her. She's not right in the head." Here, he transforms your human pain into insanity. He teaches the child to fear or pity your natural reactions, invalidating your authority and your stability as a safe harbor. The goal of this tactic is to destroy your credibility. The narcissist knows that to control the child, he needs them to doubt your perception of reality. If the child believes you are mean, selfish, or crazy, any attempt you make to protect them from his abuse will be seen by the child as an unfair attack on the poor father. He is installing a filter over your child's eyes, a filter that makes every act of love from you look like manipulation, and every act of discipline look like cruelty. It's a slow brainwashing, made of passing comments, sighs, and looks of disapproval when you aren't around. If the first tactic destroys your image, the second one builds loyalty to him. Tactic number 2 is the alliance of transgression. The narcissist creates a powerful bond with the child based on breaking rules and sharing secrets. Children, by nature, seek boundaries, but are also tempted to break them. The narcissist exploits this vulnerability to create a us versus her dynamic. He places himself on the same hierarchical level as the child, as a partner in crime, while isolating you in the position of the boring, repressive authority figure. This happens in small ways. You forbid video games during the week so the child can study. The narcissist, on his visitation day, or when you step out, lets the child play for hours. But the masterstroke isn't letting them play. It's what he says afterward. "Don't tell your mother, okay? You know how she gets. This is our little secret." By creating a little secret, he does 2 devastating things. First, he teaches the child to lie to you. The lie creates a barrier of anxiety and guilt between mother and child. The child, now an accomplice to a secret, feels uncomfortable in your presence because they are carrying something they can't tell you. This generates automatic emotional distancing. Second, he creates a sense of exclusive and special intimacy with him. "Daddy understands me. Daddy trusts me." He buys the child's loyalty with permissiveness. This tactic also involves triangulation. The narcissist uses the child as a confidant for age-inappropriate matters. He might share details about the divorce, lies about infidelities, that never happened, or financial complaints. He says, "I wanted to buy you those sneakers, but your mother took all my money." He elevates the child to the position of an adult, a friend, which is extremely seductive to the childhood ego. The child feels important, valued, chosen. In contrast, being with you feels infantilizing, full of rules and demands. This alliance is toxic because it isn't based on love, but on corruption. He is corrupting your child's moral compass to gain an ally in the war against you. And the tragedy is that the child feels they are being loved and respected by him, when in reality they are being used as a human shield and a spy. You notice this tactic when your child starts hiding simple things from you, or when they look at you with an air of superiority, as if they know a truth that you don't. It's the narcissist's arrogance being transferred to the child through this false partnership. We come to the deepest, darkest tactic, and perhaps the hardest to combat, the empathy trap. Most mothers believe the narcissist turns their child against them through anger or force, but the most effective blow is through pity. The narcissist is a master at playing the victim. And who is the most susceptible, purest audience, most prone to wanting to save someone? A child. In this tactic, the narcissist flips the roles of caregiver and cared for. He presents himself to the child as a fragile, wronged, lonely, and sad figure, and the blame for this sadness is attributed to you. He uses phrases like, "I get so lonely when you go to your mother's house. Your mother took everything from me. I only have you left. Nobody truly loves me. Only you understand me." This triggers a fierce protective instinct in the child. The child begins to feel responsible for the father's emotional well-being. They feel that if they love you, if they have fun with you, they are betraying that suffering father, who is all alone in an empty apartment. It's an unbearable burden for a child's shoulders. They can't just be a child. They have to be the therapist, the savior, the emotional companion of the adult. The result of this is that the child starts attacking you, not because they hate you, but because they need to prove loyalty to him to save him. When the child treats you poorly, when they scream at you, defending their father, deep down they are screaming, "I need to protect him from you, because he is weak and you are strong, mean." This is where the narcissist achieves the final victory of alienation. He makes the love the child feels for you turn into guilt. The child loves their mother, but feels a gut-wrenching guilt for that love. To get rid of the guilt, they must suppress the love and demonstrate hostility. It's a defense mechanism. To survive the pressure of being the narcissistic father's entire world, they must reject the mother. The hatred they show is, paradoxically, proof of how much they are suffering and how trapped they are in this web of emotional manipulation. The narcissist doesn't care that this destroys the child's childhood, as long as it destroys you. Hearing all of this might have put a weight on your chest. The feeling of helplessness in the face of such orchestrated manipulation is overwhelming, but it is here, right now, that the shift in perspective needs to happen. The narcissist bets on your reaction. He wants you to play his game. He wants you to fight, to badmouth him to your child, to try to force the child to see the truth by strength. If you do that, you validate his narrative that you are crazy and controlling. Your greatest weapon against these three tactics is not an attack. It is consistency. You need to be the unshakable safe harbor, the pilot of reality. When the child comes to you with a distorted memory, tactic 1, don't fight. Just say calmly, "I remember that differently. I did that because I care about your health." Plant the seed of truth without forcing the harvest. When there are secrets and rule breaking, tactic 2, maintain your boundaries with love, not anger. Show that in your house there is structure because there is care, not because you want to be annoying. And against the empathy trap, tactic 3, release your child from the guilt. Make it clear, without direct words, that their father is an adult and can take care of himself, that the child has permission to love both parents. Your child is hypnotized, but the narcissist's spell has an expiration date. The child grows up, the mind matures, the narcissist's inconsistencies, his lack of real empathy, the manipulation, all of it starts to show, and when the fog clears, when your child looks for the truth, they need to find you. And there, not a bitter mother who competed with the father, but a solid mother who stood her ground, who kept loving, and who was always a place of peace. The truth is silent, but it is indestructible. The narcissist can win battles by manipulating the child's mind, but he loses the war because he is incapable of offering what you have in abundance, genuine, selfless, and real love. Stay strong. You are the mother, and that bond, though stretched, has not been broken. I hope this has brought you clarity. You aren't crazy. You are under attack. And now that you see the weapons, you can raise the right shield. Feel free to leave your story, your vent, or even a suggestion for the next video's topic in the comments below. Access the link in the description to check out my ebook and the benefits of being a member of this channel. Click on the suggested video on the screen to stay with me, and remember, you are light. Never forget to shine.